The piece that I'm showing in this exhibition is a set of 28 silver photograms laid in a grid on the floor to form a reflecting pool. The work exposes the photograph's material basis, the silver that it contains, and turns it into something that mirrors and distorts reflection. Because in doing this, I wanted to transform the photograph from something that contains a static image into something alive and reactive. My work involves a lot of work in the dark room using the photogram method. It's a cameraless method that involves recording traces of three-dimensional objects as opposed to taking pictures through a lens. And over the years of doing this, the process has evolved into a study of memory. So it's sort of, for me, the thing that happens there, or the choreography that happens there, is like a reenactment of how our memory works. I work with a lot of three-dimensional objects, basically things that maybe have holes or have like a hollow interior, and this makes that register more in the photogram. At some point, I decided to concentrate on the void, and I got rid of the objects. So the pictures that you see here, the photographs that you see here do not actually contain pictures. Like there are no subjects in it, and it's just like processing the paper, going through the motions of darkroom photography, of developing it, fixing it, and at the very end, I do the silvering process. The silvering is actually something, it's like an old process that they do to extend the archival quality of the photograph, just make it last longer. I think in my work, there's also this idea of the photograph being like a relic of the time. So at some point I stopped making images and just seeing it as something that's like a physical remainder of something that happened. So it's sort of like a piece of evidence of that moment. And like I do a lot of geometric work as well, so it kind of ties in photography with geometry, like both having something to do with proofs or some kind of arrival at truths. So in doing the silver pictures, I was kind of interested in like finding a different meaning for a photograph. Like usually photographs are something that shows like something suspended in the past, like something frozen in that time. And because the silvering turns it into a mirror, instead it becomes like something that is, that has images that are fleeting, that are never really formed. I think the warped appearance of it also has this sort of dissolving quality. It's like it's just continuously forming, or the space or the image of yourself is just continually distorting. I think the idea of a pool is also, I guess there's a little bit of myth in it, like a body of water being an ancient mirror, and people always having this relationship with their reflection. Like as I was talking to my brother who's writing the notes, he was saying that, people think that looking into a mirror, you sort of see exactly, it's like a one-to-one transfer, but there's actually like a crack there. There's a loss in the transfer of your image. So I thought that was really interesting. I was also interested in that perspective of a horizontal plane, like something just beneath your gaze. And because it's composed of like these pieces that appear to be transforming, it kind of looks like this evolving field. And on the other hand, I also wanted it to look like there was a hole in the floor. So it kind of alludes to, when people say the floor fell out, and feels like there's an abyss there, or like some other specter where everything is upside down, and sort of gives you this feeling of unknown depth. I'm trying to move more into like installation work, just kind of make something more human scale, so that it becomes more of an atmosphere, becomes more of an environment. I'd like the work to be open-ended. Sort of the work there continues in the exhibition space. Like, I think the thing that I also find interesting with the silver photograms is I discovered after doing a few of them and having them in storage for a couple of years, is that they acquire a patina. So there's a discoloration that happens, and I think that's sort of, to me, something wondrous, because I work with mostly monochrome work, and I've tried to figure out how I'm going to use color, but it's kind of interesting. Like, some of them have turned blue, some have turned sort of like gold. It's so surprising to me to see that come out from work done in a black and white lab. Like, it's something I can't really explain, and something that's out of my control. And I think in leaving things open-ended, I like this idea that the work allows people to enter, sort of be part of the making, or complete it themselves with their own imagination or their own story. Yeah, I really like that idea that someone can put their own personal history, or their own, like a different cultural history in the work.